With the right target customer in mind, you'll need a process for generating demand and getting in front of that customer and leading them down a path to purchase. This demand strategy is one that looks at the process of marketing and sales as one unified process for getting new business. Getting new business is a lot like basketball. The name of your team is the brand. That says something about you before you get onto the court. The players are your team members. They execute the play. The play is your demand strategy. It's how you plan on getting the ball to the shooter. The shooter is the salesperson. Do everything you can to assist them to a slam dunk. The demand play is a unified sales and marketing motion from the smallest viable audience all the way to deals won. Let's start with your market and network reach. Seth Godin says you don't need a massive audience. Rather, you want the smallest viable audience that's sustainable for your business. This focus allows you to go an inch wide and a mile deep with your network and market segmentation. From a marketing position, the goal in this stage is largely brand awareness. Can your network and target market recall your brand? Have they heard about you? Have you made a good impression? If people aren't saying they've heard about you when you introduce yourself, you may need to spend a little more time in this area. This is how we set up the salesperson for an open shot. A helpful exercise for this stage is to go back into your past customer list and think about the marketing activities that you did to attract these customers in the first place. And if you don't know how they heard about you, start asking. Then, from the addressable market and the network that you've built, we want to sift it down to target and ideal contacts and somehow get their contact information. We want to shift the power dynamic from they can contact you if they want to you can contact them if you want to. Now, the eternal debate between marketing and salespeople is what is the definition of a lead? Well, it all boils down to interest. Does this person have interest? Have they allocated budget towards the expense? This is what separates a lead from an ideal contact to an interested prospect. At this stage, what is your plan and process? How do you capture a lead? What is your first personal touch point? How do you seamlessly get this lead to meet for a sales call? CRMs come in handy here. Next, what does the booked appointment experience look like? Is it streamlined? Or are we playing phone tag trying to get a time on the calendar? Is it a professional experience? Are we making genuine connection? Are we merely walking them through packages and offers? Or are we helping them make sense of their problems and guiding them into a decision that's going to provide the most value for their budget? Are we making our referral partners look good? Next, deals won. A good deal for a customer is one where the perceived value of your offer is equal to or higher than the price they are willing to pay. At this stage, you want a polished, professional proposal and ample forms of payment such as debit or credit card, check, ACH transfer, and financing options. Tools like Split Pay give you all of these payment options. Whatever that financial number is for deals won, we want to work backwards in the funnel to determine the quantity of the preceding step. For X number of sales, how many calls did it take? How many leads were needed to get that many appointments? How many lead sourcing activities got you to the number of interested prospects you needed? How big does your addressable market and network need to be in order to source a sufficient number of contacts for your customer database? Each company's numbers and funnels are going to be different. You have to be careful with generic benchmarks because they could be setting the bar too high or too low for your business. Going through this exercise helps you set your sprint goals and to ensure that at each stage you're working on those activities and initiatives that help you reach those goals.